Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and all the other altcoins are finally starting to break out. And this is because of a major article that came out from Bloomberg talking about the SEC and their plans for a Bitcoin futures ETF. So in today's video, we're going to talk about that, but we're also going to talk about how there are going to be 4 major rallies in total around a Bitcoin ETF. And so this is the first out of 4. Before we dive into that, though, it still says about 70% of you watching are not subscribed. So if you enjoy short form, concise, no BS content that doesn't waste either of our times, because I hate wasting time, well, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, Patreon is completely sold out, but you can still join our free Discord using the link down below. Anyways, right now, the overall crypto market cap is at about $2.5 trillion, which is in line with the all-time record highs. This is because of a Bloomberg article that came out, which talks specifically about a Bitcoin futures ETF and how it is most likely going to be going live. The first one ever is most likely going to be going live and start trading on Tuesday, October 19th, 2021. So right now, the ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF is scheduled to debut on the New York Stock Exchange on Tuesday, October 19th, 2021. In this report, they talk about how the SEC has said that they are most likely going to go ahead and we're most likely going to see it approved. The one catch is that the ETF will go active unless the SEC objects to the filing. They can object to the filing right up until midnight the night before, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So that is why we have seen the overall crypto market really take off. And we saw Bitcoin's price just smash through that $60,000 per coin resistance. But the reason why I'm still buying, and besides technical indicators, besides me being bullish on crypto long term, is because with these regulations and Bitcoin ETFs, we're going to see 4 major rallies attached to them. The first one is like this anticipation of a Bitcoin futures ETF, which is exactly what we are seeing right now. The second thing that we're going to see is with regards to the actual money from institutions going into the Bitcoin futures ETF. Yes, there's all this hype beforehand, but we're also going to see the actual impact of more capital going into Bitcoin and the crypto market with a Bitcoin futures ETF. That's the second thing. But we got to remember that a Bitcoin futures ETF is different than a Bitcoin ETF. One invests in like futures, one invests in the actual underlying Bitcoin. So with regards to a Bitcoin ETF, this is one that is just investing directly in Bitcoin, not into Bitcoin futures. Well, this one is not scheduled to be approved until about mid-November. The first one that they have to decide on is going to be the VanEck Bitcoin ETF, which is set for the final decision on November 14th, 2021. So then, again, leading up until this, about a couple days before, I'm expecting we're going to see another rally because of all this hype with regards to a Bitcoin ETF. And then also, if we see this approved, again, we're going to have long-term impacts of money actually coming in to these various Bitcoin ETFs. So there are 4 major things where, we have all of the anticipation leading up to a Bitcoin futures ETF. Then we have the actual impact of a Bitcoin futures ETF, like how much money is coming in. After that, we're going to have the third event, which is going to be the upcoming anticipation of a Bitcoin ETF. And then the fourth is going to be the actual impacts of money going into the Bitcoin ETF. So anyways, that's what's going on with crypto right now. That's why I'm continuing to invest, because even though we're seeing the rally now, despite all the technical indicators we've talked about in previous videos, so you can always check those out, but with regards to specifically Bitcoin ETFs, we're going to see 4 major rallies really tied to them because of the anticipation and the actual impacts of money coming in. So anyways, that's why I'm still buying, out of many reasons that you guys have seen in other videos. But let me know your thoughts with regards to Bitcoin and Bitcoin futures ETFs, if you think this one's going to pass on October 19th. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you guys.